These guys are all practicing their rhythm and beat.
No volume. How we load on a new song onto the guitar application. So can you load up, underneath the guitars folder there will be an application with a shadow with a white guitar and green and orange stripes going out from the side. Can you please open up that? Yeah, that's the one. It's just called guitar, it looks like that. See that? Yeah.
Go and check this out.
Right. What you need to do, please, once you've opened up that guitar application, can you please press the button which is on the very bottom right hand side. Okay, the little arrow. Okay, and that'll bring up a menu that says either edit, sounds, player or recorder.
You got it?
Actually no, I want to do the other side, so I go bottom left, which will have news, audio tracks, airplay, help, settings, so it should look like that. Once you go to second to bottom where it says new song. Okay, it'll say create a new song, click yes. What I'd like you to do there, we're going to do something which you'll love. We'll do price tag. So what you need to do is, at the top you'll see 10 buttons, those brown buttons there.
Yep.
What you need to do is click on the first one, so it kind of looks like the button's been pressed. Okay, once you've clicked on that you'll get a little menu that says blank, chord, user chord, scale, etc. Go down to the second one where it says chord, and what we're going to enter is the first chord for price tag, which, as you know, is only a 4-chord song, so it goes the same progression throughout the whole song. We're going to enter a C. Okay?
Mine's already got a C. Is it
Yep.
a C minor or a C major?
Good question. It is a C major.
Yes. I don't know major.
Because we talked about the difference between minor and major chords, so it's just a C major. Did you see?
Mine already is.
Okay, no, not a problem. If it's already there, then that's sweet. Once you've got your C, click onto the next button, which is alongside the sign E. Okay, and over on the side where it says major, minor, make sure it's on minor. So it should look like that, an E with a little M beside it. Okay, the little M stands. Good start.
Yes.
It should be looking like that. C, A minor, A minor, F. What you can do is at the bottom where it says new song, okay, you'll see in text at the bottom, if you click on that, it'll open up a little keyboard. And then if we delete new song and write the words price tag, because this is the name of our song, so go price, space, tag.
Mine already had it on there.
Oh, well that's alright. Bonus. Sound your guitar higher. So for example, if I played a C without a capo, it sounds like that. Okay, that's just a normal C chord. But if I put a capo on, say, on the 3rd fret, it'll make it sound like that. See how it makes it sound higher? What we want is a capo on 5, so it sounds like that. So on your iPods, can you please, where it's got the little numbers, click on the number 5, which will effectively, on your iPod guitar, put the capo here. Okay? And that's what save song and exit. Okay? Once you've saved the song and exited, then that song is on the iPod permanently until someone goes along and deletes it.
It's what they did.
Yep, so go save song and exit, and then it's there. It's on your iPod now. Okay? So that song will be there for next time when we come back to it. We don't have to go through this whole process of loading it because the song will already be on the iPod. Okay? Right, now what I would like you to do is, with your, you can put your headphones in so we don't have too much clashes of sound. I'm going to play on my guitar. Okay, and I'm going to play exactly the same song. And what I might do is just... I'll load up. How to do it. Okay, so the first one is a C now. So C, E minor, A minor, F, C, 2, 3, 4, E minor, 2, 3, 4, A minor, 2, 3, 4, F, 2, 3, 4, C. So that's basically, eyes this way. Okay, what you've got there, that's a basic progression. And what we talked about last time was how some, actually most pops will look like that.
Under percussion.
Yep, under percussion. Okay, so we've learned a basic strum for guitar. What we're going to do now is focus on the beat and rhythm of a song. And like I've said before, the drummer in a band is basically the glue. Okay, if you have a drummer that goes in and out of time, then your band won't be successful. Okay, so a drummer is extremely important because they keep the rhythm. Okay. Now what you've got, can I set your eyes this way so I know I'm playing, I can hear someone playing. Okay, what you've got here is you've got 8 little white circles which represent drums. Okay, and on this drum kit I'll just show you what each of those parts are. So if we start at the top left, okay, it says tom 1. That would represent this drum here. That's your tom 1. So hit that one 4 times just like I did. That should sound like that. Okay, or similar. It'll sound similar. Okay, tom 2 is this drum here. Slightly deeper than the first one. Okay, they're the first 2. Okay, the next one here is the crash. Does anyone know what the crash is?
Yeah.
What one hand? Right, this one here. It's a crash. Okay, usually when people are drumming, they'll wind up into it, so they'll do something. That big crash sound, that's the third one along. Okay, so that's the crash. Next one is called a ride. We don't actually have a ride because that's a separate symbol. Okay, we've only got a crash symbol here. Okay, so although that sounds really cool and it's slightly snared, okay, and you can use that in combination with the kick, like that. Okay. Now the next one along is called, it says open HH. Does anyone know what HH stands for? Danielle?
It's the one where you can use your foot to open and close it.
Yes it is. Do you know what HH stands for? Ella?
Hi-hat.
Right, hi-hat. Now this one here is called the hi-hat. Okay, and there's also a pedal for this one, and what that does is it controls whether or not this is open or closed. Now in the bottom 2 drums here you can see open hi-hat and closed hi-hat. Now I'll just play you the difference. A closed hi-hat sounds like that, or a closed sound, whereas an open one, and that's how you play that. Okay, so you can hear the difference there between the closed and the open. What I would like you to do is I'm going to play that same song, okay, and before we jump into it, I'm just going to teach you a very basic rhythm on the drum. So I'll just plug my iPod in. Okay. Right, what you need to do, and this is the easiest way for beginner drummers to play, the first thing I'm going to get you to do is the first thing a drummer must know is how to keep an 8 count in the head, or a 4 count, and that will just go 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. That can be fast or it can be slow. So it can be 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, or it can be 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 for a faster beat. Okay? The first thing, I'd like you to just go between the kick and the snare, so these 2 here on the bottom left, and just go 1, 2, 1, 2, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. So it'll be 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Okay, so you just go in alternate hits between those first 2. Alright? What you would do on a drum kit is you would do that with one hand. So I want you to try and do it on the iPod with just one finger. So when you're going 1 and 2, just go 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Just using your left thumb. 3 and 4. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. And 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Now here comes the tricky part. Okay? But this is what makes a beat kind of come to life. That's what you'd call the bass part of the rhythm, and then you'd use the hi-hat, and in this case we're going to use the closed hi-hat, and that's going to do a count on every one of them like this. 1, a bit more volume required. So it's going to sound like this. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. When we combine them, it'll sound like this. So you're going to do that count with your right thumb, the other one with your left. So it'll be 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. 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 Okay? And what you would normally use your crash symbol for, so that big one there, like I said at the start, is that's normally how rock stars will end a song. Okay? Or in the middle of the beat, they might just choose to bash on the crash symbol. But you can overdo that, so if you wanted to, you don't really want to go, because it's a bit overpowering. So a crash symbol is just used for effect, usually once at the end of a song. Okay? So we'll just practice doing that together. If you're having trouble putting them together, the best way to do it is to start off with just the and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Okay? You can either do random calling by shaking your iPod and it'll give you a random name, or it'll break you into groups of whatever size you want. So I've got mine loaded in here, so I just go random groups. I want 6 groups because there's 24 children here, and then go create groups. Okay, group 1 is Amelia, Liam E, Cam and Drew. Can you 4 sit together please? Group 2, Olivia W, Hannah, James and Jesse.
Yeah, Jay.
Group 3, Tane, Ella, Grace B and Emily. Group 4, Danielle, Matt, Liam D and Jack. Group 5, Sam, Olivia A, Grace C and Finn. Group 6, Nick, Bridie, Ariane and Leon.
There's no arguments, there's no I want to be with my...
So just kind of in an area of the room, and I'll explain the activity, then I'll put you in the break box so you're away from it.
Quicker it is.